Hello, I'm David Azer, and this is 3-Minute Ad Age, your daily video news show. As part of its ongoing scrutiny of New York's advertising agencies' diversity hiring practices, the city's Commission on Human Rights held a public meeting earlier this week. In the fall of 2006, 16 of the city's largest ad agencies signed agreements with the Commission to meet annual minority hiring goals. That allowed their top executives to avoid being subpoenaed to public government hearings. But Ad Age feature and blogs editor Ken Wheaton attended this week's progress meeting and was appalled by what he saw.
I've been following this human rights issue, this discrimination in advertising agency business for a few years now. We started the Big Tent blog, so I'm coming to it, reading it online and reading it in print. So I'm expecting a lot of passion, I'm expecting a lot of heat, and I'm certainly expecting a lot of people to be there. I mean, 27 people in a room talking about one of the more important issues in this industry, and my first thought is, this is ludicrous. This is just inexcusable that there aren't more people here than that.
Almost all the ad agencies ignored the event even though it was completely about them.
3 people were there representing 2 agencies. Saatchi had someone there and Arnold had someone there. So that's 14 other agencies on that list of agencies singled out by the Human Rights Commission that didn't bother to show up. I mean, these are companies that are in the business of managing clients' images. They're in the business of managing their own image. Assuming they understand what it looks like when they don't show up to a meeting like this, or if they send someone, it's one diversity outreach person instead of higher up executives who should care and who should be there and explaining themselves and at the very least defending their decisions and their woeful numbers.
The meeting's small audience consisted primarily of African American advertising professionals.
Of all the stories that night, the one that most got to me was this 20-year-old kid. He asked to be off the record because he's actually lucky enough to have a job at an agency, unlike a lot of the other guys in that room. And even though he has a job at an agency, he was saying, this is the most discouraging business I've ever been in. He's got a job, but he was saying it was nearly impossible to get in, and that once you're in, there's not a whole lot of support there. There aren't a whole lot of other black faces around. It's, you're usually the one guy in the room. And he's telling this story, and the older guys in the room sort of looked at him, with basically that look that said, you ain't seen nothing yet, kid.
And that's it for this 3-Minute Ad Age. Thanks for being with us. I'm David Azer at Advertising Age in New York.